Happy holidays and welcome back to Hope, Will, and Compassion with your host, Morgan. For this special time of year, I'd like to go over my Christmas classic choices for movies. All that coming up next. I want to take you through our Christmas Eve tradition and the movies that we watch in order to celebrate Christmas. So the first movie that we watch is a comedy. It's called We're No Angels. Humphrey Bogart, Aldo Ray, Peter Ustinov. I think this is a forgotten classic Christmas movie. Now, the setting is not your traditional wintry festive location. It's located on Devil's Island, and these are three escaping convicts from Devil's Island. Well, they want to get off Devil's Island completely. And so they end up going to a shop with the thought of, well, we're going to rob it, take what we need, and get off the island. Well, unfortunately, they come into this really loving family, and it touches them in different ways.
If only they didn't trust us. Which isn't fair. Here we are, three desperate criminals who'll stop at nothing to escape from Devil's Island, and we have to fall in with nice people.
In remembering their youth, in the family they never had, or for one, the love he could have had. The comedy really comes out during this because they really want to get off. They really want to rob this family, but it's like, these are such nice people.
They shouldn't let crooks like that on Devil's Island.
No, give the place a bad name.
Well, lo and behold, with any Christmas spirit, a Scrooge character comes into play, named Cousin Andre, who really owns the shop and holds things over the family. Anyway, these three convicts want to help this family out in the best way they know how. Well, the best way they know how is what got them into prison. So, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but the ending is wonderful. It's called We're No Angels, and there will be three identified We're No Angels. There's a fourth one that helps out. The next Christmas tradition we have in watching on Christmas Eve is the Snowman. Beautifully illustrated animation movie, and it's full of magic, wonder, and music. There is no talking from what I can remember. I'm not sure if Santa Claus talks in it, I can't remember. But it is, again, an age of wonderment, the wintry sky, the music playing. If you have not seen this, this is a must-see. Finally, on Christmas Eve, we watch Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. We watch it every year. We put in the movie around 11 o'clock at night to try to time it with the countdown of Christmas on midnight. This brings us all back to our youth in some kind of way or fashion. So, if you've never seen Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, it starts out with Oscar the Grouch trying to explain to Big Bird that a chimney is only this big. And how do you expect a Santa Claus the size of a dump truck to get down it? Well, Big Bird's anxiety starts to emerge and take over. He almost has a nervous breakdown in this show. So, it also has interviews with children, and Grover does a wonderful job.
What happens, though, if Santa cannot get down the chimney, cannot get through the door, it is locked, and cannot get in the window because the window is locked, and he will never bring the presents ever again? What happens?
I don't know.
There's also little segment stories within it, and there's a redo of Gift of the Magi between Bert and Ernie. So Bert takes his favorite paperclip collection and he goes and bargains so he can buy a soap dish for Rubber Ducky for Ernie. It's really touching, it's really beautiful, and then there's even a magical twist even at the end of that story. Okay, another reason, big reason to watch this, the Christmas Eve Sesame Street special, is the music. One of the songs has become a favorite of mine and always reminds me of Christmas. It's called A True Blue Miracle. I'm gonna hope to play a segment right now.
I believe in miracles, and I can tell you why.
Anyway, if you haven't watched it, you've got to see it. I'm going to add a link to my description of my video with the Christmas Eve special. If you haven't seen it, you can see it on YouTube. It's there. This next one's called Simple Gifts, and it was a PBIS special. And I have tried to record a description of this as much as possible, and I can't seem to do it justice. So what I have done is I've gone onto the video and I've cut up some narration from Colleen Dewhurst, who was the narrator of this animated short. And I think I'm going to cut a segue over to her and let her describe it in her eloquent words.
Simple Gifts brings together a distinguished group of writers, artists, and animators to treat the theme of gifts with 6 richly varied stories. The elegant imagery of the novelist Virginia Woolf, followed by the riotous vitality of the comic strip Toonerville Trolley. A page taken from the diary of an 11-year-old Teddy Roosevelt contrasts with a grim Christmas on a World War I battlefield.
Have you heard how the wars began? Benjamin Bowman. Have you heard how the wars began?
The variety is immense and the effect rich, but the subject remains simple. Gifts in all of its forms. Gifts with all of their meanings. Gifts offered, withheld, unexpected, promised, and unfulfilled. Love. A person gives nothing who does not give of himself. Perhaps it is the simplest gift of all, and the most difficult.
Simple Gifts, also, what I can say about it is the very introduction episode is all about everything I love about my channel, about hope, will, and compassion. The very intro is a boy who just wants to be the very best he can. There's no words spoken, but you could just imagine this. He's out in the wilderness, he's in the snow, and he hopes and he wills himself into becoming a living Christmas tree. And 2 children come by and they end up snuggling under the beauty and magnificence of what he becomes. And I just think that's a great metaphor for what I hope to do with this channel, with hope, will, and compassion. Well, I am going to add links to the Simple Gifts down at the bottom, and I must agree with Colleen Dewhurst about love. Love may be the simplest gift, but it probably is the hardest one to give, depending on circumstances. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday and keep your family safe. Thank you for letting me share this with you. Well, happy holidays again, everybody. Thank you for watching. Be seeing you.